Hi, my name is Kyle, and today I'm going to tell you why the United States needs to change to the metric system. 95% of the world's population has one thing in common. They use the metric system. The United States, along with two other countries, is part of the 5% who don't use the metric system. As a college student majoring in a science, I use some kind of unit-based system every day, and that unit system is almost always the metric system. I know I'm not the only person in this situation. As part of the 5% of the world's population not using the metric system, it is time for this country to change. A unit is supposed to be a standard measurement that is universal. It is time for units to be universal. Schools and manufacturers can lead the change, a change that will make our lives easier and better. As a country, we need to change to the metric system. The vast majority of the world's population uses the metric system. The three countries that do not use the metric system are the United States, Myanmar, and Liberia. This country, the United States, is considered an outsider when compared to the rest of the world. Imagine a group of 200 people walking on a sidewalk directly towards you, and they're all going in the same direction. However, you are walking in the opposite direction toward that group, and eventually you have to weave through them to make it through. That is what it's like using a different system. Moving forward, the entire world using the same unit system is advantageous. Units are closely associated with math, which is a universal language. If the entire world understands math, it only makes sense to use the same unit. Using the same units can make trade between countries easier. In fact, metric units are already printed on products because of this reason. Someone from a different country can see a number and immediately know what it means. Any units from the United States unit system are arbitrary. The question remains, how do we make these changes? How do we change to the metric system? How do we completely convert from one system to another? There are two things that need to happen in order to change to the metric system. First, schools need to continue to teach the metric system, and second, manufacturers need to stop printing United States customary units on products. Schools already teach the metric system. They need to continue to do that, specifically in science classes and trade classes such as woodshop. Future generations will have enough knowledge to understand the metric system and be able to apply it. In college, professors need to begin to use only the metric system when teaching undergrads. Other students, such as those who are in culinary school, need to learn to use the metric system and learn those measurements. Instead of a pound, they need to learn what a gram is. Those who use measuring tools, such as carpenters, need to change to the metric system, from using inches to meters. Everybody's tools are created by manufacturers, and because of this, manufacturers can help lead the change too. Manufacturers typically print metric units and United States customary units on products. According to the Metric Conversion Act, passed in 1975, the metric system is the preferred system of units for trade and commerce. However, the United States customary units are allowed for non-business activities. Manufacturers have the choice to only print metric units. However, this would mean that Americans would have no choice but to learn and understand the metric system, which might not be a bad thing. It might seem cruel, but in reality, it would take little time and effort. I mean, how many people really know how much liquid is in an ounce? Could you guess? Do you really know how much liquid is in an ounce when you're baking, or do you just find a measuring cup and fill it to the line? Imagine how easy our lives would be if we used a worldwide standard. Using one system will make everything easier. 95% of the world's population isn't going to change their unit system for us, so we should make the change to their system. I mean, a large portion of this country already uses the metric system. If the United States adapts to the metric system, nobody will have to make errors from conversions. So many professions, from doctors to bakers, have to rely on units every day in their lives. With only one system of units, mistakes will not be made converting from one system to another. Although it may take generations to completely adapt to the metric system, this change is necessary. The benefits greatly outweigh the cost. Schools and manufacturers can lead the change to the metric system. The United States customary unit system does not make sense, and soon it will not work. Part of this country already uses the metric system. It's time for those who don't use the metric system to join the rest of the country and the rest of the world.